A very, very good evening to all of you, friends. A very, very good evening to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. A very, very good evening to each and every one of you watching me live. So, guys, in this session, I shall be talking to you and speaking to you about some of the most important legal maxims. These are certain very important legal phrases, legal maxim, or legal terminology, as you may call it, which are absolutely important insofar as your preparation for this entrance examination is concerned. So, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. I'm sure that, yes, there is a lot of rain across the northern India. I'm sure that you guys are all safe, doing well, whichever part of the northern India you guys are from. And especially in southern India, there is not much of rain, but in northern part of India, there is a humongous amount of rain. So I wish you a very safe stay right now. Okay. So a very good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome to BYJU'S. So what am I going to discuss with you today? All that I'm going to discuss with you today is something that is very important for solving passage-based questions. Now, when you are solving a passage-based questions, there will be a passage of around how many words? 400 to 450 words. So you will be faced with a passage of around 400 to 450 words. Based on that passage, there will be certain questions, MCQs, multiple choice questions that will be given to you. You need to understand that passage and solve the question. Now, over the years, what we have seen is that in certain number of passages, there are certain important legal terms that are given. Now, if you are not aware of those legal terms, if you are not aware about those legal terms or those legal phrases or those legal maxims, then it becomes difficult for you to solve the questions, because if you do not understand certain phrases, then you miss on the understanding of the passage itself. And if you are not able to understand the passage completely, will you be in a position to solve the questions which will be based on that passage? The answer is simple no. So for your better understanding of the passage, it is absolutely important that you should understand in case you come across with those legal maxims. And for which reason we are coming up with this session. So guys, let's begin. Now, before I begin, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you a CLAT 2024 comprehensive course. In this course, we are providing you with 300 plus recorded videos across 5 sections, 300 plus hours of live classes, 35 mock tests for CLAT and other law exam along with video solutions. So we will be providing you video solutions of the 35 mock tests for CLAT and other law entrance examination also. Apart from that, we will be providing you with monthly e-magazine for current affairs, and the entire content of this syllabus, of these videos, of these live classes, of the mocks is purely based on our extensive analysis of the last 5 years of CLAT question paper. So hurry up, there are limited seats, get it today itself. BYJU'S Exam Prep also brings to you Ace CLAT with BYJU'S Exam Prep. Unlock your 3-day free trial access to our courses. All you need to do is go to the description box below. There you will find a link. You just need to click on the link and unlock your 3-day free trial access. Get to know how much we are concerned about your well-being preparation of CLAT 2024 and 2025. So guys, let's begin. The first maxim, the first legal maxim we are going to talk about is abundance, causalia, non nocet. What does it mean? Abundance, causalia. Now, abundant caution, when you are entering into a contract, when you are buying something, you must be cautious about it. I'll give you an example. I'll just give you an example. Now, suppose you buy a suitcase for yourself, okay? A suitcase for yourself for traveling purpose. And you want to buy a suitcase for traveling by air. Now, I'm sure that most of you are aware of it, that when you are traveling by air, there are certain sizes, okay? They will say you 65 centimeter by 40 centimeter maximum that is permissible. Now, even after going through all the various suitcases, you like one suitcase, but it is 70 centimeter. Now, if later on you buy it and you are traveling in the flight, you want to catch a flight, and the airport authority says that, airlines authority says that, hey, your size, the size of your suitcase is more than what is permissible. Now, when you are buying something, you must be abundantly cautious of what you are doing. So here is a particular maxim which says that abundant caution. If you are cautious, if you are abundantly cautious, it does not cause any harm. For example, you are playing music. Yes, you have a right to play music in your room, but you must be cautious of the fact that it does not disturb someone else, or else it will become a case of nuisance. So have I made myself abundantly clear to you that what is the meaning of abundance, causalia, non nocet? It means that abundant caution does no harm. Moving on to the next one. Acta, exterior, inducent, interrogatia, serictia. It means an outward act indicates your inward intention. Now, a crime consists of both mens rea and your actus rea. Your outward act, your physical act indicates your mental intention. Your action represents your intention. That is what is categorically meant by this particular legal maxim. So here is a particular legal maxim which simply means that your outward act indicates your intention, your intent, your inward intent. Have I made myself clear to everyone? Have I made myself clear to every one of you? So here we are talking about a particular maxim which simply means that your outward action, the act that you do in public or in your public sphere, indicates your inward intention. Your intention is depicted by your action. Am I clear? Everyone. Am I clear to everyone? Please tell me. Am I clear to everyone? Any doubts? Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next legal maxim. Ad infinitum. It means to infinity, forever. Now you might write in a will that all my property forever to infinity shall belong to Mr. A. It means ad infinitum. It means forever, without limit, to infinity. To infinity. Am I clear? To infinity. So here we are coming. Now you might get a passage where this word is given ad infinitum. What do you mean forever, without limit, to infinity? Is that clear? So guys, if you're liking this session, do press the like button, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you haven't till now, I'm sure most of you have, but if you haven't, definitely do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Is that clear, everyone? Every one of you, am I clear? Moving on to the next one. Equitus legem sequitur. It means that equity follows the law. The law is based on providing equity. Now, what is equity? In case some injustice is done, justice is required. In case some injustice is done, justice should follow. And that is the meaning of the term equity follows the law. Equitus legem sequitur. Equitus means equity, legem means law, sequitur means follows. Okay, so equity follows the law. Now, whenever the parliament is making a law, when a judgment is delivered by a court, the judges, the legislators follows equity. Some harm is done to an individual, so compensation is required to be provided to that individual. That is what we understand by this legal maxim. Is that clear, everyone? Every one of you, am I clear? Any doubt? So, guys, keep this in your mind that these are very, very important legal maxims that you must remember. Moving on to the next one. Amino testendi. Now, what do you mean by testendi? Testendi means a testimony. You know, somebody has left a will. Now, amino means intention of making a will. Amino means your intention, and testendi means your testimony. Okay? Your will. You are making a will whereby you say, after I die, where should my property go? Where should my property go? Should it go to Mr. A? Should it go to Mr. B? Should it go to Mr. C? Should it go to Miss A, Miss B, Miss C, whoever? So here we are dealing with the intention of making a will. Your intention of making a will. Am I clear? Every one of you. Is that clear? Everyone. Okay. Any doubts that you guys have? Any doubts that you guys have? Hashwant Kumar says, sir, can we get into corporate law after CLAT? After CLAT corporate law, I do not understand. After cracking your CLAT examination, you can get into the top national law schools of the country. Yes, after doing your LLB, BA LLB honors, BCom LLB honors, whichever LLB honors you want to pursue, you thereafter can get into corporate law or anything as that. Okay. Dhananjay, sir, in case of not having a will, whom will the property go to? There is the Hindu Succession Act. So if a Hindu dies without a will, it goes, the property will follow the bloodline. Okay. If I die, my wife will get my property, my mother, my father, my son. So there is list 1 heir, list 2 heir, list 3 heirs. Is that clear? So if a Muslim, a person who follows Islam, dies, then according to the Shariat law, the property will get devolved. Is that clear, Dhananjay? A will is making a will. Will means हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं will को? You write a will. You make your intention clear that after I die, my property will go to so and so. That is a will. A contract is a transactional law. We are getting into a transactional law. Is that clear? Have I made myself clear? Am I no testandi? Okay. In some other class, I shall explain you the difference between BCom LLB, BA LLB, BSc LLB, and others. Okay. The next one, argumentation ad ignorentiam. It means an argument which is based on ignorance. Suppose you do not know a particular law and you are arguing something else. Then the judge will say it is an argumenting ad ignorentia. It means an argument that is based on ignorance of law. Am I clear? So if you are making an argument in a court of law without having knowledge about the law, about the present law, that is called an argument that is based on ignorance. An argument that is based on ignorance. Is that clear? Is that clear, all of you? Yeah. Okay. Yes, legal maxims are applicable to civil law, criminal law, matrimonial law, every law. So, legal maxims play a very important role in every law. Okay. Aftab. Okay. Every law, every possible field of law. Can we move ahead? I hope I have made myself clear to you guys. The next one. Boni judicious lights dirmiri est. Now, these are Latin word. Even it becomes very difficult for me also to pronounce them because I don't know Latin. But you must learn them. Okay. Now, there is no shortcut because you don't know Latin. So, you have to by heart them. It means that litigation should be at the minimum. People should not fight and go to court. It is the duty of a judge to stop litigation. Judges must not encourage litigation. Judges must not encourage litigation. A duty of a good judge is to stop or to prevent or to restrict litigation. Am I clear? Is that clear? So it is the duty of a good judge to prevent litigation. Have I made myself clear? Boni judicious lights dirmiri est. To diminish litigation, it is the duty of the judge to do everything possible. Because, you know, we have crores and crores of cases pending in the courts in India. And if this continues, then we might not end up having a day where the courts are not burdened with litigation. Courts are super burdened with litigation, right? Moving on. Corpus delicit. It's a very important maxim. Corpus delicit means the body of the crime. Now, body does not mean body in the physical sense. It means a group of facts. It may be certain facts which is or will be very important to understand the intention, the action of a crime. So the body as a proof of crime. Okay, corpus delicit means the body of crime. It means not the physical body of a crime, but Also, what are those important facts that led to a particular crime? What was the intention, the proof? Am I clear? The ground reality. That is what is meant by this particular, uh, yeah, by this particular maxim. Uh, See, Latin is used because, over the years, the laws, we follow the English law. Most of our laws in India is based on the common law system, that is the English law, English legal system. Now, the English legal system owes a lot to the Latin laws of the Latin. Now, henceforth, most of these phrases that you see has come from this Latin terminology. Okay. Sir, we can use while fighting in court all these terms if they are relevant to the case we are dealing with the judge and does a judge uses them? Yes, lawyers do use certain legal terminologies during arguments. Yes, it is true. Very good, Dhananjay. You can definitely use them when you are arguing in a case before a court of law. Okay, moving on to the next important legal maxim, and that is Denovo. Now, what do you mean by Denovo? Now, suppose there is an existing contract and both the parties are not satisfied with the contract. There is an existing contract. None of the parties are satisfied with the contract. So they want to start a new contract afresh. So if you want to start something afresh, that is called de novo. De novo simply means something to start afresh, starting something afresh. Is that clear? Am I clear to all of you? So de novo simply refers to starting afresh. Is that clear? Everyone? Every one of you. Okay. Moving on. Dooley in capax. Now, the law says nothing is a crime which is done by a person below the age of 7, because a person below the age of 7 does not have mens rea or intention to commit a crime. That means Dooley in capax means a person who is incapable of committing a crime. A person who is incapable of committing a crime is called Dooley in capax. Suppose a person is suffering from insanity. He is mad. Now, a person who is suffering from insanity, does he have the capacity of intention of something, that he has a wrongful intention to commit a crime? No. That is the person who is called Dooley in capax. Moving on, ex gratia. Now let me give you this example. Now the government of India might tomorrow come up with a notification that says that, people in Manali, in Kullu, in Mandi, who have suffered the wrath of the nature, the current flood, the current fury of water god and water goddesses. The government says that the government is going to provide 5 lakh rupees ex gratia to every person in the district of Kullu and Mandi who have suffered losses to their house, or if water has destroyed their houses, the government is going to give ex gratia 5 lakh rupees. That means out of kindness, voluntarily. The court has not asked the government to give 5 lakh rupees, but out of kindness, voluntarily, the government is giving 5 lakh rupees to the victims of flood in Himachal Pradesh. Am I clear? Is that clear? Yes, Tulika, you are correct. Is that clear? So, the government is giving some amount of money to the people who have suffered something. It might be an earthquake tomorrow, right? It can be something else tomorrow. Okay, like I'll give you a live example. The government of India said that every person, every family, every member who has died in that Odisha train accident, the government of India would pay one of their family members 2 lakh rupees. So that is ex gratia. That is ex gratia. Okay. Okay. Am I clear? Okay. Chalo. Next one. Ex parte. Now, what is the meaning of ex parte? Now, generally the rule is that the judge must hear both the sides while deciding a case. So it is a duty of the judge to hear both the sides, both the parties, before deciding the case. Now, suppose the judge has issued notice to both the parties, but one of the parties did not come. Even first time the judge said, "Arey come," he did not come. Second time another notice was sent that, okay, the matter will be listed on so and so date, please come. He did not come. Third day also, then the court is going to go ex parte. It means in the absence of another party, the proceedings will continue and the judge will be at liberty to pronounce a judgment. The judge will be at liberty to pronounce a judgment in the absence of another party, because a number of occasions the judge had asked one of the parties to come to the court and explain the court why action will not be taken against him, but he did not come. Is that clear? Is that clear? Next one. Impotentia excusant legem. Now, impossibility is an excuse in law. Now, let me give you an example. Suppose there is a contract between a person in Ukraine and a person in Russia. They entered into a commercial contract before the war began. Now, the man in Ukraine was supposed to provide 100 tons of basmati rice to the company in Russia. But, owing to that war that is currently being undertaken by the two countries, it is today impossible for this individual in Ukraine to supply 100 tons of rice to that company in Russia. So, impossibility. It is impossible now. Now, for example, today, suppose there is a contract between me and a person in Himachal Pradesh. He said that, okay, by 15th of July, you must provide me 100 tons of rice. Is it possible for me to send 100 tons of rice today to Himachal Pradesh when half the roads are blocked, are destroyed owing to the Bias River at its peak? Is it possible? So, impossibility is an excuse in law. Tomorrow, the man in Himachal Pradesh cannot sue me. I will say it was impossible for me because the roads were all shut. Am I clear? Guys, are you able to understand? Are you able to understand the way I am explaining to you all these things? Okay. Okay, chalo, moving on to the next one. In camera means in private. Now, most of the rape cases relating to sexual harassment, where one of the party might, if a party is a minor, then the court says that the proceeding will be in camera. It means in private. It means only those who are attached to the case, who are related to the case, will be there in the court. It is not for public to देखिए, जब एक सेंसिटिव इशू कोर्ट के सामने आता है तो पब्लिक मीडिया मजा लेने के लिए पहुंच जाते हैं. कोर्ट में तो कोई भी जा सकता है. बाकी लोगों का काम कुछ नहीं है, उन लोगों को सिर्फ मजा लेना है. कोर्ट मस्ट स्टॉप all these things from happening. because at the expense of someone's privacy, someone is getting entertained. किसी का प्राइवेसी के चक्के पे कोई मजा ले रहा है. That should not happen. So we have seen that in high sensitive cases, highly sensitive cases, okay, divorce of I think Karishma Kapoor, okay, Karishma Kapoor का divorce जब हुआ था, it was in camera. क्योंकि देखिए करिश्मा कपूर एक नाम बहुत फेमस एक अभिनेत्री थी, एक्ट्रेस थी, तो पूरा दुनिया पहुंच जाते थे करिश्मा कपूर को देखने के लिए, सिर्फ देखने के लिए. अरे उनका डिवोर्स चल रहा है, थोड़ा प्राइवेसी दीजिए. नाउ पीपल इन द एट लार्ज दे वुड गो टू द कोर्ट एंड वो मैंने आज करिश्मा कपूर को देखा, वही करने के लिए पहुंच जाते थे. सो द कोर्ट कैन इशू एन ऑर्डर सेइंग दैट अ प्रोसीडिंग विल बी इन कैमरा, इन प्राइवेट. एम आई क्लियर? समझ में आया सभी को? ओके ओके, चलो. I'm sure that you guys are understanding everything. Okay, fantastic. Moving on to the next one. The next one is interim. Now, before the court finally pronounce a judgment, in between, the court can give interim relief, a temporary order. Final order तो लास्ट में आएगा, बट बीच में कुछ टेम्पोररी रिलीफ दे देते हैं कोर्ट. दैट इज कॉल्ड इंटरिम. In the interregnum, am I clear? Have I made myself clear, all of you? Did you all understand? Is that clear? Okay, so this is what we understand by the term interim. Okay, is that clear? Very good. Let's move on to the next one. Just cogents. There are certain fundamental principles of international law. Now, in international law, there are certain very, very fundamental principles. Those fundamental principles are referred to as just cogents. So, just cogents simply means fundamental principles of international law. Basic principles on which the international law resides. Okay, when we discuss about international law, we will understand which are those fundamental principles that are referred to as just cogents. Moving on, lex debet remedium. It means the law will give a remedy if your rights are violated. So, if your rights are violated, there is a remedy in the eyes of law. आप ये मत सोचना कि अरे मेरा अधिकार का हनन हुआ है, बट मेरे पास कोई रेमेडी नहीं है. नो, law always have a remedy in case your rights stands violated. Remember that. Remember that. That's very important principle in law. That's one of the basic principles of law. The next one is called nexus. Connection. What? Now, sometimes the courts say, there is a nexus between politicians and corrupt people. Nexus means there is a connection between, there is a nexus between underworld and Bollywood. Used to be during Dawood Ibrahim's time. There was this man called Dawood Ibrahim. He used to rule Bombay, more or less. There was a nexus, there was a connection between, underworld and the Bollywood. People used to say that. So nexus means the interlink or the connection between the two. Is that clear, every one of you? Am I clear to every one of you? Am I clear? Okay. Next is post-mortem. Now, what is post-mortem? Post-mortem means after death. after your life. Now, postmortem is a word that is generally used in criminal law, that if there is a person who has died out of an unnatural death means हार्ट अटैक नहीं हुआ है बट अननेचुरल डेथ हुआ है, फायर में मर गया है या किसी ने मर्डर किया है कुछ अलग वे में, तो उनका पोस्टमार्टम होता है. मतलब द डॉक्टर्स आर गोइंग टू scan their brain, their heart, their lung, the entire body and find out. एक्सरे होता है, कितना हड्डी अंदर का हड्डी टूटा है, हार्ट का सिचुएशन क्या है, क्या कुछ इनसाइड हैमरेज हुआ है, ब्रेन हैमरेज हुआ है, किसी भी प्रकार का. सो पोस्टमार्टम इज अ टर्म दैट इज जनरली यूज्ड by police also. I'm sure most of you have heard in television, in the news channels that okay, after the death there was a postmortem, the report of the postmortem said this. So postmortem simply means after death. The word postmortem simply means after death. Am I clear, all of you? Okay, brilliant. So guys, before I say tata goodbye, let me tell you that BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2024 comprehensive course. Secure a seat at your dream NLU, wherein we are providing you with 300 plus recorded videos across 5 sections, 300 hours of live classes, 35 mock tests for CLAT and other law entrance examination along with video solution. So we will be providing you with video solutions to the 35 mock tests. Along with that, we are providing you with monthly magazine on current affairs, and the entire content is based on our extensive analysis of the last 5 years of CLAT question paper. BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you unlock your 3-day free trial access. Go to the link in the description box below, click over there and unlock your 3-day free trial access. You don't need to pay a single rupee or a single penny, but you get unlimited access to all our courses just for 3 days. Get it today itself. So guys, before I end, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, do follow us on our Instagram. Now our Instagram page is very, very important for each and every one of you. We are coming up with every day some important post. Like our Facebook page, wherein we are also providing you with a lot of inputs out there. Join our Telegram channel and do not forget to download the BYJU'S Exam Prep app today. So guys, with this, we come to the end of this session. Thank you very, very much. Have a great week ahead. Tomorrow is Thursday and day after is the Friday. The week remains. Stay safe wherever you are, especially if you are in the northern part of India, because there are torrential rains happening. A lot of water bodies are getting flooded, dams are opening up. So be very safe at your place. Keep yourself, keep your parents, keep your well-wishers all safe. I wish you. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care. Good night.